welcome to Edunews, your number one choice for news and education. We are coming to you from our studio here in East Legon. I'm Ruth Bazeng. In the headlines, the Ghana National Association of Teachers, NAT, provides life jackets to teachers in island community schools. The National Teaching Council, NTC, and the Transforming Teacher Education and Learning, TTEL, train student teachers on standards. On the international front, thousands of teachers jobless as schools grapple with shortages in Kenya. These and many more coming up shortly. Do stay tuned. Now, in our very first story, the Ghana National Association of Teachers, NAT, presents 30 life jackets to the head teacher of Pediatokope DA Basic School after teachers in the area called on the government to improve school infrastructure. According to the teachers, an additional insurance cover for teachers as an incentive would also entice trained teachers to stay in the deprived islands. The teachers commute daily from the mainland at Danfoa to schools on the islands. The head teacher of Pediatokope DA Basic School said provisions of incentive packages for teachers in such communities will be an appropriate response for the attendance problems which can make a huge difference in a child's life. And moving on, the National Teaching Council, NTC, and the Transforming Teacher Education and Learning, TTEL, and sensitization program to ensure that students, teachers, and staff of the colleges of education have a good understanding of the National Teacher Standards, NTS. The sensitization team, which was made up of 7 members from the NTC, visited 48 colleges of education and engaged with staff and students on the National Teacher Standards with quality assurance provided by the TTEL zonal team. It was also aimed at further enhancing the relationship between the NTC and the colleges of education in the country. Also, a pressure group of teaching and non-teaching staff has kicked against what it calls the imposition of an insurance policy by the Ghana Education Service on its staff across the country. The Forum for Justice, which had previously opposed the policy, maintains its stance and vows to challenge the GES decision, describing the move as an illegality. The group has demanded that the GES and the SIC should design and print proposal forms for interested GES staff to fill and sign to validate the contract, but not to enroll them by default. President for the group, Techi Prosper, said the GES and SIC do not have the legal right to make the policy default for all GES employees simply because the government is committed to supporting the scheme. And moving on, in the Upper West region, the Regional Director of Education Service, Duncan Nso, says the education governing body will soon introduce a program that will group workers into districts and municipal assemblies to enhance effective monitoring. The program, when successfully implemented, would upload all workers into various districts for quality delivery of services, since supervisors could easily identify absenteeism. Mr. Nso was addressing members of Tertiary Education Workers Union in WA during the union's 60th anniversary celebration. He said negative tendencies like lateness and absenteeism retards quality education delivery. He added that promoting workers in the education sector was no more going to be on the tribal, political, or religious basis, but to be determined on merit and competencies. You are still watching Edunews on Schoolworld TV. We'll be right back after the break with international news. Please stay tuned.
Hello, I'm Henrietta Boy with over 20 years teaching experience.
Miss Henrietta Boy will be speaking at this year's Global Super Teachers Conference 2019 on teaching phonics at the early years. With over 20 years experience in teaching, she will bring several perspectives on board.
I'll be talking on teaching phonics in the early years.
Question: what time is best to teach phonics than the early years?
Early years is a very crucial stage in a child's life, and whatever we put in the child helps the child for the rest of his or her life.
That is why we are inviting all teachers, especially early childhood teachers, to come and attend this year's Global Super Teachers Conference.
Phonics is the basis for reading, writing, comprehension. We have a way of teaching phonics. Come and listen to the systematic, synthetic way of teaching phonics in the early years.
Why miss an exciting opportunity to learn from the experts on how to teach phonics at the early years, the systematic and synthetic way? Call 0262 714106 to register for this year's Global Super Teachers Conference. We say, get informed and go perform.
Global Super Teachers Conference 2019. The grand opening is on Saturday, 24th of August with EduTalk 1 and EduTech exhibition at Ghana International School at 8 a.m. It continues with EduTalk 2, 5 days of interactive breakout sessions from Monday, 26th August to Friday, 30th August at the International Training Center, East Legon, and ends with the epic EduCom Awards on Saturday, 31st August 2019 at the Holiday Inn, Accra at 5 p.m. Entry is free when you register for the mandatory certificate of 55 Ghana cedis to attend, exhibit, or sponsor. You can text or call 026-271-4106 now or visit www.globalsuperteacher.com. It is the Global Super Teachers Conference 2019. Get informed, go perform.
And welcome back from the break. On the international front in Kenya, a study reveals more than 300,000 trained teachers are jobless as schools tackle a shortage of about 96,000. The figures from the report by the Teachers Service Commission add an ironic twist to the crisis which has hit basic education, with primary schools which have about 10 million pupils being short of about 38,000 tutors. Secondary schools with around 2.8 million students have vacancies for more than 60,000 teachers. The institutions are especially hard hit following a huge enrollment surge driven by the government's campaign to achieve 100% transition from primary school. And that's all for Edunews today. But before we go, a recap of our headlines. Ghana National Association of Teachers, NAT, provides life jackets to teachers in island community schools. The National Teaching Council, NTC, in Transforming Teacher Education and Learning, TETL, trains student teachers on standards. And on the international front, thousands of teachers are jobless as schools grapple with shortages in Kenya. I'm Ruth Bazin. Thanks for watching. See you next week.
Thanks for watching School World TV, brought to you by Neogenics Education Group.